Hey guys, Saunich here with some Heroes of the Storm action for you. In this video, I'm going to be playing Illadin, and we're just going to show off a bit of one of the builds that he can do, and how he can be used quite effectively. I am playing with a couple of friends of mine. I would not suggest doing this build as anything less than a 3-stack. You can do it as a duo queue, but 3 or more stack is much better for this situation. You'll see my friends Camacho and Lugaru here are helping me out. And we are just running straight to the bottom lane here as 3. And what we're doing is putting 5. We're doing a dual support on Illadin. So we'll see how this ends up working out. You can see what I'm picking up first here is the Shadow Strike, giving him the shield on the evasion. And all things considered, we are having a fairly standard opening. We have, well actually let me just pause the game right here and introduce our teams real quick. I got started a tad late with the recording. We have Nova, Abathur, Anubrak, Tyrande, and Sonya versus an Illadin, Rhaegar, Tastadar. That's that dual support Illadin combination with a Diablo and a pushing Azmodan. You can see what he actually got. He got the Taste for Blood, so he was trying the Azmo Dunk build. And we are missing somebody in the mid lane, so that is not working out terribly well for us. Top lane is pushing pretty well. Diablo getting fairly low, but he'll be able to well up and just be A-okay. There's Nova coming down slightly, taking a couple of pot shots here on Tastadar. And we're just soaking the lanes. Not much going on in the game at the moment. Red is falling behind. They do need somebody to come here into the middle and soak. You see they're getting a little bit off there on their experience. Just getting level 2 now, whereas Blue has had that for about 10 minutes or so. Nova taking some blind shots. Tastadar just sitting right here in the bush, so she does know where he is. So she's able to get that off. Looks like top lane is taken by Red for the most part. And take a look at Azmodan here. See what he's doing on his kills. He only has 2 on that damage for his Azmo Dunks. At this point, you probably need to be around 20, but it's really hard to do solo. There's Diablo moving back. He might get killed here. I believe Azmodan's going to go down. Tastadar might go down. No, he's going to get behind the shot, but Azmodan will go down. And that is first blood for the blue team. Red has firm control of the bottom shrine and is actually pushing the towers fairly well. There's that sick skull Abathur skin coming on. And Tyrande just firing owls here up and down the lanes, doing a pretty nice job. You can see Red getting that experience very far ahead of Blue. Sorry, Blue, excuse me, getting that experience very far ahead of Red. They're almost a full level lead at this point with that 1 kill and the extra lane soak that they have been getting. Looks like they know where Tastadar is right there. Not Tastadar, they know where Abathur is there, excuse me. Nice Side Storm on him, making the Abathur back up slightly. Snipe misses barely. Looks like Sonya's going to come down. She wants the kill on Tastadar. I don't know if it's going to happen. Abathur being very active on the map as well. There's Rhaegar flying in from behind. And this is what the dual support Illadin is very good at. Keeping him alive, doing tons of damage. You can see going head-to-head with Sonya right there with her Whirlwind, with Abathur's shield, and they might get the kill right here with the dive and the auto attack. We'll take a look at our level 4 talents for each team. We have Fell Reach, increases the range of Sweeping Strike. That was actually a mistake, not what I meant to get. And you can see Rhaegar going full heals. There's Diablo getting pushed back a little bit. Tastadar going for a little bit of support. Giving the amplified, or the leeching plasma with an Illadin on your team is incredibly good. Gives him increased lifesteal. As if it wasn't already high enough, he just gets more and more. There's Tyrande trying to get a little bit of damage on Tastadar. Misses with the Lunar Flare because he's so absolutely mobile and it's very hard to land those skill shots on Illadin. Looks like we have Gluttony healing up Azmodan in that attack, and pretty standard all around. Gathering power for Nova. I probably would not go for this ability personally. Given her team composition, she does not have a real healer on the team. Azmodan's going down, and Anubrak is going down on the top lane too, Azmodan. So I did miss that. I will apologize, talking about the talents a little too much here. So we have Tyrande going owl build. Pretty standard stuff all across the board. Our Tastadar is picking up a mule, endless death from our Diablo helping out with his regen. In the mid, we got a couple of team fights going on here. I think, oh, this is going to be super close. Diablo will probably go down. Indeed, he does. And Tyrande missing her shot right there. Illadin needs to get out of there. I need to run now. Yeah, I'm probably dead. That's going to be super close. Oh, if I could just have one more sweeping strike on cooldown. You can see Sonya here just healing herself up with that whirlwind. Grabbing a spear, block to try and do a little bit more tankiness. There's Nova sitting in the shrine. Taking a pot shot there was Tyrande onto Rhaegar. And Azmodan just getting back barely, but that mule keeping everything topped off for the red team. And we have Earth Shield coming out from Rhaegar, so once again, even more support. First aid from Illadin, that is the next step in this build, allowing him to heal himself up and be even tankier. Looks like Nova's going for an explosive round. To help with a little bit of lane clear, up on top, we have a Nubrak versus Illadin and Sonya coming in as well. We'll see if these two can make it out. Using the dive to get away from her. Very nicely done right there. And the spikes, whoa, I'm not really sure what happened. I think I may have hit the mini-map. I definitely don't think that was intentional. So let's take a look at Azmodan's stacks going down right here. I have that mule coming down on top again to help out. So let's take a look at Azmodan's stacks. He is up to only 8 right now, so this build is really not paying for itself. Now it's up to 14. 6 minutes into the game, you can be more around 50 or 60, depending on how much your team helps you out. So here fighting over the Shrine on the top lane. Both teams are very cautious. 3 kills to 2 at this point in the game. 6 minutes in, neither team really establishing that dominance that they need. Looks like Sonya is body blocked out, and she will go down, giving level 10 to red first. We'll see if they can make that work, push their advantage right here. There's Rhaegar and Tassadar versus Nova in the bottom lane. Diablo moving to the mid, trying to get that kill on Tyrande. She puts off the Lunar Flare, but it's on herself. Doesn't get that extra damage. Here's the ultimate. And Tyrande tried to make it work by running around, but not meant to be. That will be a kill for Diablo and the first Dragon Knight coming up here for the red team. There goes Nubrak down on the top. And we are now 5 kills to 3 instead of that 3 to 2 that we saw momentarily, or just a moment ago. Dragon is pushing the middle, and red is actually wisely putting pressure on all 3 lanes. Since blue is not grouping, looks like Nova Abathur will go down there. Blue is not grouping up to defend from this Dragon Knight, so red is putting pressure on all 3 lanes. They have very good push with Azmodan and Tassadar. Now we have a rotation towards the mid from red and a rotation up top from blue. Azmodan needs to be very careful. I don't know if he's going to be able to get out of there alive. Dragon Knight's deciding to back up using that last little bit of HP, that last 10% to actually get out of there. There goes Diablo down. Metamorphosis is coming up, and Nova is trapped by Illadin. She will not be able to get out of there unless she gets that extra damage off. And you can see Rhaegar standing on the edges, healing up Illadin, keeping him alive. There's a kill on Nova. And this is what I mean by double support Illadin is absolutely devastating. There goes Tyrande down. So Nova and Tyrande both killed right there. You can see we have 7.5 kills from that Nova ultimate that we took out. There's Diablo moving in. If we look at our level 10 talents here, we have Precision Strike, Ultimate Evolution, nothing really out of the ordinary. Leap, Archon, Lightning Breath, Blackpool. That's key to that Azmodan build. Gives him that bonus damage from using his spells in that vicinity. And we also have Metamorphosis from Illadin. Gives him more damage, more attack speed. Makes him very useful in the battlefield. And looks like Blue's ultimates are actually coming off of cooldown here. Red has all of theirs available to them. Nice 3-on-3 tussle going here up on the top lane. We'll see what they can do. Sonya's actually getting super aggressive coming forward, but that whirlwind keeping her alive, no problem. Excuse me, that is Abathur, not Sonya. So she can be as aggressive as she would like. There's 7.5 kills now. Looks like Nova hiding here in the bush away from Illadin. She will take a pot shot at him with the snipe as well. Illadin is very cut off here, but there's Rhaegar with the support and the heals. with the dunk from Asmodan, killing Nova right there, taking her out. And Nova's down, so that's a 1-0 kill right now. Tyrande should have used that time to actually run. That was what she needed more than anything. So a gank on Illadin turns into a counter gank on Tyrande and Nova. Anubarak wisely deciding to retreat. So let me get back into this Illadin build. We have Sixth Sense, which decreases the damage he takes from abilities. Now, most people, their first inclination is to go for damage on Illadin, and you don't really need to do that. He's he does a ton of damage with just his base kit, and there's a second Dragon Knight for the red team, but Illadin does a ton of damage with his base kit, and it's just not something you need to focus on. You do much better to focus on trying to get that extra survivability so that you're alive to deal damage, rather than just focusing on the amount of damage you can do. Looks like Anubarak is trapped right here, but might be able to get away. It's going to be pretty close once Diablo gets here with the Shadow Charge and the Overpower. Anubarak will be done. Dragon Knight is done for red. Nicely defended by blue, all things considered. Dead Asmodan right there, caught on Nova's mount, being dragged across the map. Nice defense from red to get that, to prevent that Dragon Knight from doing too much damage. But here's Tassadar on the bottom lane pushing. Lunar Flare misses. Sonya coming in as well, but that shield going up is going to save Tassadar's life right there. And now 3 on maybe 3. Looks like the Mule's going to go down to the Starfall. But there's Diablo engaging, keeping Tyrande there on top of the towers. Looks like we have an all-out gank going on here. You can see the shield up from the evasion. Tyrande goes down, body goes flying all the way down across the map. Looks like Sonya is coming around the edge. Red is collapsing onto her. There's nothing she can do to get out of there. And now we might even be able to get Nova as well. With Asmodan heading across the top, let's take a look at his stacks. Let's see how he's doing. He's got 30 bonus damage, not the greatest, but it is helping us out. That dunk here in the middle that he had was very nice. And now that we have the level 16 talents for red, we can look at the next parts of the build here. You have Blood for Blood, which typically you either want to go for Blood or Stone Skin, depending on the enemy team's composition. Blood for Blood can be used as a slow, but Illadin has enough slow that I don't always pick this. It depends on the enemy team and the amount of HP that they have. If they have a lot of high HP heroes, then I take Blood for Blood. If they have a lot of squishy light heroes, then I take Stone Skin, because it will give me more damage mitigation than Blood for Blood. Diablo coming in here to save Asmodan, manages to break up that attack, and now we have a big fight going off. Looks like Metamorphosis coming off on Tyrande, running away here. She's not going to be able to run from Illadin. Very few people can. There's the support following in, and Illadin throwing up Sonya, and with the body block and the slow, oh, that dunk comes in and gets the shot, and might get Sonya right there. I don't know why she stopped. Oh, if she had kept running, she would have gotten that. Asmodan taking out the top fort on his way out. And this game, which started out fairly even, 3 kills to 2 in the early game about 5 minutes ago, red just started breaking it wide open. So there's Rhaegar throwing up those heals, and let's take a look at the healing that we have going on here and the damage done. So healing by Rhaegar, 26,000. Very nicely done right there. And if we look at our damage, Illadin actually has the most, which is kind of... Actually, that's not terribly surprising given our team composition. There's Tyrande taking a pot shot across the map. I'll leave this up. Looks like we have a Precision Strike going off, but Illadin has found Nova, and now she will just be completely mobbed right now. There's Rhaegar trying to back out with that with that Nova kill. Red now can just back up. And there's the Ancestral Healing coming out, and that is exactly what they need with that Metamorphosis. 3 of them right there. Sonya is going to be pretty lucky if she can actually get away, pulls herself back. That Spear will let her get out of there, and Anubarak's Burrow charge letting him get out of there as well. Now here's the red Dragon Knight attacking the mid. Would do there you go. Needed to kick Tyrande out of there so that she couldn't just do unlimited damage. So red is up by 2 levels here and up by 11 kills. Almost 3 levels actually. It will be 3 levels here in just a second when that last building goes down. There's Illadin picking off something on the bottom, but we have a good push coming out here from red. They are 4 on 4. Nubrak getting attacked. Dragon Knight about to go down. There's that that lightning breath, that halitosis coming out of Diablo. That must smell completely awful. So there goes the Dragon Knight down finally, but looks like Sonya is getting pushed back just a little bit. Illadin coming in to help out now. Jumping onto Tyrande, keeping her out of the fight, making sure that she cannot move up to support her front line with that Hunter's Mark, with those stuns, and with the light heal that she does have. Basically relegating her to an owl sniper. So that fort goes down for the blue team, and they will have to. Red is going to evac now, but looks like Illadin jumps in there, trying to keep them back as well, and he's pretty hurt, all things considered. Ultimates are Metamorphosis is up and viable to use, as is Ancestral Healing. Looks like Sonya and Nova both went down there. Diablo chasing down the Nova, getting that kill, along with Illadin as well. And red is going to take these mercs, use that map presence, use that map control that they just won, to apply some pressure with the mercs across the top lane. Looks like Azmodan is going for the other Knight camp, going to push that top lane back, put a lot of pressure on blue. At this point, they are very, very far behind. They need level 20 immediately coming up here. If we look at Azmodan's cooldowns, Globe of Annihilation is up to 58, doing a pretty good job with that. For a solo queue game, looks like Illadin taking these knights right here is what red is up to. Abathur trying to push the lane out here by being so far forward. If red realizes this, then Abathur is going to be in a world of hurt. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to get it. No, it's not going to happen. Illadin is backing up. So, would have been nice to realize that. I think Abathur knows what's going on now, so he wants to get out of there. And looks like I'm going to go for the... Am I going to go for the Knights? Yes, I am. There's some of the support from my team. Blue rotating bottom if red doesn't realize what's going on. Looks like they do indeed realize what's going on. Moved out from the Knights. And we have a full-on 5-on-3 fight happening here on the bottom. Looks like Rhaegar's coming up, but there's the Metamorphosis going down on Nova. And with that shield and the Storm Shield, look at this. All the damage is focused on Illadin, and they just cannot kill him. Moving through in there, like I was saying, this double support Illadin, really, really powerful. Let's take a look at our level 20 talents that are making this work. We have Nexus Blades, and we have Storm Shield out of Rhaegar. So that combination, Illadin Rhaegar, is what really makes this work. Tassadar is just icing on the cake. So that Nexus Blades, which increases Illadin's damage and also slows the enemy for 1 second, makes it almost impossible to run away from him. Red Dragon Knight moving through the center of the map with a really nice push along the top. The effort of those those knights moving across the top. Looks like Sonya's booted out of there and now separated from her team. She will not get home. Sonya goes down. Nova will be back here any second now. Looks like Nubrak gets kicked into the well. So I think this is going to be pretty close to the end of the game right here. Illadin is backing up. Precision Strike coming out, but it hits nothing but mercenaries. Nice Lunar Flare to get the stuns off there. And there is the real Nova being chased down by 3 members of the red team. That dive and the butt bite combined with the Nexus Blades means that she will definitely not be getting away. There's Azmodan split pushing the lane with Siege Giant support. So nicely done to recognize that his team has control of the top lane and he is safe to go push a different lane. Looks like Illadin's going to get punted out there from the well, trying to dive in. And with the shields down, the core is going to go down very, very quickly. 3 catapults right here will make short work of the core. Combined with the Dragon Knight, Although the Dragon Knight goes down right there. And looks like Illadin might go down. No, he does not. Rhaegar keeps himself alive as well. There's 2 Anubraks trying to come out. Ancestral Healing popping out on Illadin to keep him alive. Metamorphosis coming up. Every ultimate has been used except Precision Strike. There's the Halitosis Breath. Sonya going down right there, or Tyrande going down to Illadin. Anubrak's Abathur's Anubrak going down. Precision Strike coming out right there. And that will be the game, folks. So that is what Illadin is best at. But, like I was saying, really suggest doing this a minimum of 2. 3, a group of 3 really makes this shine. But Rhaegar and Illadin is the combination that you want with these sets of talents for the most part. We have Shadow Shield from Illadin. We have Fell Reach is actually a mistake. I meant to get Immolation and or the talent that increases the damage after dive. Either one of those, depending on if your team needs more AoE or if you need more Focus Fire. More Focus Fire would be a situation kind of like this game we were in, actually, where there's... Well, actually not this game. Let me rephrase that. This game would have been good for a lot of AoE. There's not a lot of healing on the other team. And if you could deal damage to everyone, it's almost permanent damage. I would take the dive increasing your basic attack when you need more single target damage. Say if the enemy team has a Brightwing or a Malfurion, somebody who can really negate that AoE damage very, very nicely and has a lot of push. Then we have First Aid, just to give him a little bit more tankiness. Metamorphosis, more tankiness once again, and that increased attack speed is a nice bonus on top of that. Then we have Sixth Sense, just reduce the amount of damage that Illadin takes once again when he uses Evasion. And we have Blood for Blood. Like I was saying, this team, they have a Nubrak, they have a Sonya, they have a Tyrande who's a fairly tanky ranged support, and they have Abathur who is picking either, if he picks a Nubrak or he picks Sonya, helps out with that Blood for Blood. If they had a weaker team, I probably would have gone for Stone Skin, and then of course Nexus Blades to heal up Illadin not to heal up, but Nexus Blade to do more damage and to add that little bit of CC in the slow, make it impossible to run away from him. And if we look at Rhaegar, we have straight healing, so reducing the mana cost. We have increasing the healing to lightning shielded targets. We have the shield from lightning shield. We have ancestral healing. And then we also have Healing Surge. And Earthgrasp Totem, give a little bit more CC so that people can't run away. And Storm Shield to help heal him up as well. And since our second support was Tassadar, we got the Leeching Plasma to give Illadin even more lifesteal. Just make him that much harder to kill. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And we will see you later. Got to give mad props to my buddies Camacho and Lugaro for being willing to help me out with this build. And so I will see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed it.